We're here in the central business district of Cardiff. It's a region with 1.5 million people living in it, but it suffers from poor infrastructure, poor rail and bus connectivity. But that's about to change with the development of a metro system, and the person who's been pioneering this idea and who's worked with the Welsh Government on developing it is Barry, who's now a professor at Cardiff University. If you could just outline for me the scope of the whole thing.
Well, I think we start with the reality of the current network. It's 100 years old, running old rolling stock. It needs to be renewed, it needs to be upgraded. The primary focus of Welsh Government, quite rightly today, is on the current network, the network that runs north of Queen Street up to the heads of the valleys. And can we take what's really an old, depreciated network and turn that into a modern, state-of-the-art rapid transit network? Alongside that, there are huge issues that will be addressed on integrating the bus networks, looking at active travel, looking at design and placemaking around stations to make the transport network part of our community and to help, the economic agenda across the whole of South East Wales.
What sort of impact will this have then on someone living in the valleys? What will it mean in terms of their day-to-day life?
It's about connectivity. It's about really making it easier for people to get to work across the whole region, and easier for employers to base themselves in more places across the region. And to do that, you need more services, more frequent, faster, going to more places. Someone who lives, let's say, a place called Nelson, between Ystrad and Abercynon, there's no rail connectivity. If you're a youngster without a car, your horizons may well be Ystrad and Abercynon. With this network, one could potentially see a light rail service 4 times an hour to Queen Street in 35 minutes. It will transform your opportunities in terms of where you can go. And for people across the region, it's about, wow, this is really happening in my community, in my town. I can go places, I can do things.
We've talked about the impact on people living around different parts of the region, but what about the economy, what about employers? What will it mean for them?
Just building a network of the scale we're proposing sends a signal out to the rest of the world that this place will be connected and can do business. A big fundamental change that is part of our inward investment pitch. But more importantly, it allows the whole region to play a part in the regional economy. By improving connectivity to Pontypridd, which the network will do, it becomes more attractive for employers to base themselves there. It's not just about this place, which is vital for the region in terms of high-value professional services jobs, but what we need to see is Caerphilly and Newport and Pontypridd and Merthyr supporting more economic activity.
In terms of timescales, when do you think that person in Nelson will begin to actually feel the benefit of it?
Again, we're quite lucky in many ways. We've got a network that's already there we can make better use of. So Welsh Government are hopefully about to start a procurement process this summer. That will take probably 2 years, a design process. Implementation of the first parts of this transforming network on the existing network will be in the early 2020s.
What do you see as being the overall cost, and how quickly can those building blocks be put in place?
Well, the cost could be as long as you want. I mean, the more you want to build, the more it will cost. And some of the plans, even the ones I've been involved with, could be £2 or £3 billion over the next 30 years. The reality is the core project that Welsh Government are focused on is the core valley lines and some additional projects around that. That has a potential capital spend of probably at least £500 million. The city deal could add even more capital, and that would improve the scope of the project, so more things could be done. I think the opportunity really is, if you build the right thing in the first place and it's successful, further capital will want to be invested in the network. So let's get it right. Let's spend the first £500 million on a transforming network. This can then be extended on an incremental basis for the next 25, 30 years.